Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Welcome to everyone who's joined us today. It is a real pleasure to share this moment with you. The awards and portraits ceremony is always a very special time of the calendar year, and I think one of the most important pieces of the portfolio of the weekend. So I really appreciate you all being here. Uh, Today, we have the pleasure of recognizing 14, I think, very distinguished and appropriate people for a variety of awards that we will run through in a bit. But these 14 people have contributed across a variety of ways in their research, in clinical care, in philanthropy, and in ultimately, as all of them do, their dedication to Johns Hopkins. Many of whom have traveled a distance to get here, so I'm appreciative of that, as are all of my colleagues at Johns Hopkins Medicine. So with that, I'd like to introduce Dr. Peter Baev, and Peter is the president of the Johns Hopkins Alumni Association, and he'll be helping me to present the School of Medicine's Distinguished Medical Alumni Awards. And then afterwards, we'll have Dr. Christine Hale, member of the Johns Hopkins Association's Alumni Council, who will help present the Johns Hopkins Alumni Association Awards. So Peter, please.
Thank you, Ted. Once again, I'm extremely honored to be able to participate in today's ceremony and welcome you on behalf of the Johns Hopkins Medicine Alumni Association. Today's first award presentations are the Distinguished Medical Alumni Awards, honoring alumni of the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine and the Johns Hopkins Hospital who have demonstrated excellence and achievement during their personal and professional careers. Our first recipient today, unfortunately, cannot be with us, and that's Dr. Katrina Armstrong. Dr. Armstrong exemplifies the highest ideals of a physician, scientist, and leader. Following her training at Hopkins, she has achieved remarkable success as a physician, scientist, educator, and administrator. As chair of medicine at the Massachusetts General Hospital, that other hospital to the north with an H, or with an M, I guess, in it, and subsequently as CEO of Columbia University Irving Medical Center, Dr. Armstrong has demonstrated exceptional leadership, advancing healthcare and championing equity. Her groundbreaking research in healthcare disparities and cancer control, coupled with her numerous awards and memberships in prestigious societies, solidifies her position as a leading figure in academic medicine. Dr. Armstrong's commitment to excellence in research, education, and patient care, combined with her recent service as interim president of Columbia University, which must be almost as trying as being dean of the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, exemplifies the profound impact that Hopkins-trained physicians can have on the world. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, Dr. Armstrong was unable to be with us today, so I will accept the award on her behalf and be sent to her. Our next award recipient is Dr. Chetan Bedagauda. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Dr. Bedagauda is a distinguished member of the Johns Hopkins community, renowned for his exceptional contributions to patient care, research, and education. A highly skilled neurosurgeon, he has received numerous accolades, including the William Baumgartner Physician of the Year Award, and leads the Reza Khatib Brain Tumor Center. Dr. Bedagauda is a prolific researcher, securing major NIH grants and translating groundbreaking discoveries in brain cancer, particularly liquid biopsy approaches in the clinical practice. As a dedicated mentor, he has trained many physician scientists who we had a meeting just before this about their program, fostering the careers of future academic leaders. Throughout his career, Dr. Bedagauda has consistently embodied the core values of Johns Hopkins: compassion, humanism, inclusivity, discovery, advancement, and excellence. Dr. Bedagauda, please come up to receive your award. Dr. LaPrincess Brewer is our next award recipient. Dr. Brewer is a leader in health equity research, academic medicine, and public health, and has significantly advanced cardiovascular disease prevention and equity through her innovative work. As a clinician scientist, she utilizes community-based participatory research, CBPR, to address health inequities, partnering with communities to develop impactful solutions. Notably, her faith program, a culturally tailored mHealth lifestyle and intervention, has improved cardiovascular health in African American communities in Minnesota and serves as a model for community-engaged research. Dr. Brewer's impactful work, coupled with her dedication to health equity and mentorship, makes her a truly deserving recipient of this prestigious award. Our next award is given posthumously to Dr. Richard Heuser. Dr. Heuser's groundbreaking intervention, a novel bypass technique for severe peripheral artery disease, holds the potential to revolutionize the treatment of this debilitating condition. This innovative approach, developed by Dr. Heuser with a small team, involves utilizing the patient's own vein to bypass severely diseased arteries in the leg, restoring blood flow to the foot. Rigorous clinical trials demonstrated exceptional safety and efficacy, leading to FDA breakthrough device designation. While Dr. Heuser may not have personally benefited from this transformative invention, his pioneering spirit, cultivated during his interventional training at Hopkins, undoubtedly inspired this life-changing intervention. This remarkable achievement exemplifies the profound impact that Hopkins-trained physicians can have on world health. We are delighted to have Dr. Heuser's wife, Mrs. Heuser, with us today. Would you please come up to receive the award? Our next award recipient is Dr. J. Brooks Jackson. Dr. Jackson, a distinguished leader in academic medicine, served as Baxley Professor and Director of the Johns Hopkins Department of Pathology for 13 years. During his tenure, the department achieved a top NIH funding rank, fostered faculty diversity, and secured substantial philanthropic support. An internationally recognized HIV researcher, Dr. Jackson's groundbreaking work focused on diagnostics, prevention, and treatment. His research, particularly within the IMPACT network, led to significant advancements in preventing mother-to-child HIV transmission, saving countless lives. He has published extensively in peer-reviewed journals and is a highly respected mentor in the field. Our next award is given to Dr. Meena Seshamani. Dr. Seshamani has made a profound and lasting impact on the lives of millions of Americans. As director of the Center for Medicare, she has driven transformative change, including the landmark Medicare drug price negotiation program and initiatives to improve access to care, address health equity, and combat the opioid crisis. Her leadership in federal health policy, exemplified by her work on the Affordable Care Act, pandemic response programs, demonstrates a deep commitment to public service and a dedication to improving the health and well-being of all Americans. Dr. Seshamani's exceptional career exemplifies the highest ideals of a Johns Hopkins graduate and serves as an inspiration to future generations of physicians and public health leaders. I would like now to welcome Dr. Christine Hale, Johns Hopkins Alumni Association Alumni Council member, to present the next awards. Dr. Hale?
Hello, everyone. It is my great honor to be with you here today. We are truly recognizing some of the most distinguished alumni, not only for the medical community here at Johns Hopkins, but also across the university-wide. I would like to extend to all of you first a warm welcome on behalf of the Johns Hopkins Alumni Association and the Alumni Council. The Johns Hopkins Alumni Association represents all 9 schools, soon to be 10, for the entire university, and I feel very fortunate to be one of the 2 representatives from the School of Medicine that sits on the Alumni Council currently. Each year, the Alumni Association recognizes a select number of distinguished universities from across our whole alumni base, and we recognize them with a Distinguished Alumni Award. But before we get started with the long-awaited awards, I've been asked to give a public service announcement. So our Alumni Association has actually just issued a survey to all university alumni. And I really would like to encourage you to look for that email and hopefully fill it out. Shouldn't take you too long. And the feedback you provide will be invaluable to us as we try to make the alumni experience from Johns Hopkins the most valuable it can be. So please do check for that. Okay, so now on to the awards. Established in 1978, the Distinguished Alumni Award honors those who have typified the Johns Hopkins University tradition of excellence and have brought credit to the university through their personal accomplishment, professional achievement, and/or humanitarian service. Today, we celebrate 3 of these distinguished alumni who are recipients of the award and also alumni from the School of Medicine. And I would like to first start with a recognition. The first awardee has already been mentioned, Dr. Katrina Armstrong. Oh, that's you guys moving that. I thought I bumped something. Dr. Katrina Armstrong, as you heard previously, has had immense contributions, not only to medicine, but also to higher education as a whole. In recognition of this, the Alumni Association is delighted to also recognize her this year with a Distinguished Alumni Award. As she is not able to join us today, I will accept this on her behalf. Okay, this next one I'm so excited about. Dr. Dietz, where are you? So, as a fanatical true crime enthusiast, I have to say I was just giddy. You're my hero. So I am delighted to introduce our second recipient of the Distinguished Alumnus Award, Dr. Park Dietz. Dr. Dietz is a true pioneer in the field of forensic psychiatry, having been lauded over the years as one of the country's most prominent and accomplished forensic psychiatrists, one of the 10 most famous psychiatrists in history, and my favorite, kind of like a rock star coming to town when he testifies. Dr. Dietz's research on paraphilias, criminal behavior, and public safety shaped the fields of psychiatry, law, and violence prevention. He has authored over 100 publications and held several notable appointments, including serving as past president of the American Academy of Psychiatry and Law. He founded Threat Assessment Group, or TAG, with the goal of preventing workplace violence and other targeted threats. His most publicly recognized works, however, are the invaluable insights he has provided in countless criminal cases involving some of the country's most notorious murderers, such as John Hinckley, Jeffrey Dahmer, and Ted Kaczynski. Beyond his clinical and research achievements, Dr. Dietz has demonstrated a commitment to education and mentorship, shaping the next generation of forensic psychiatrists. His work, though often dealing with challenging subjects, reflects a dedication to applying rigorous scientific inquiry to critical societal issues. Recognizing Dr. Park Dietz with a Distinguished Alumnus Award acknowledges his profound and lasting impact across multiple disciplines. Congratulations on your award. So our final recipient of the 2025 Distinguished Alumnus Award is Dr. Hugh Reinhoff. Dr. Reinhoff's pioneering work in genomic medicine, unwavering dedication to understanding rare genetic diseases, and tremendous success as an entrepreneur in the field of biosciences makes him tremendously qualified for this award. After completing his medical degree in internal medicine residency at Hopkins, he went on to train as a fellow in hematology under Dr. Lockard Conley and in clinical genetics under the one and only Dr. Victor McCusick. His early career days were spent as a scientific investigator and then venture capital investor. By the 1990s, he had gone on to begin one of the earliest consumer genomics firms called DNA Sciences. Over the last 25 years, he has now launched and operated a total of 5 companies in the biosciences space and acted as a founding director and advisor to countless others. It is, however, the tireless pursuit of answers for his own daughter, B's undiagnosed condition that best reflects Dr. Rienhoff's innovative mindset, collaborative spirit, and tenacity in the face of adversity. B presented early in life with a constellation of physical features and challenges for which medicine did not currently have a described diagnosis. So Dr. Rienhoff set about to find the answer himself. When procedural limitations prevented him from utilizing traditional channels, he went so far as to purchase secondhand equipment and sequence her DNA at home. After 9 years of tireless pursuit, he and a team of clinicians and scientists were able to finally report a never-before-seen genetic variant believed to be the cause of B's condition. Dr. Rienhoff's story exemplifies the power of patient-driven research and highlights the profound impact an individual can have on the landscape of medical understanding. His subsequent advocacy for open science and data sharing has significantly contributed to the rare disease research community and offered hope to others facing similar diagnostic odysseys. It is for these reasons that we are proud to honor him this year as a Johns Hopkins Alumni Association Distinguished Alumnus. Unfortunately, Dr. Rienhoff was not able to be here today, so I will accept this award on his behalf. And at this time, I would like to welcome back Dr. Baeff to present the final award.
Thank you. It's now my privilege to present the Asper Award. Dr. Samuel Asper was a 1940 graduate of the School of Medicine who served as Dean of the American University of Beirut School of Medicine in the mid to late 1970s. He established the Samuel P. Asper Award for Achievement in Advancing International Medical Education in 1996. The award recognizes members of the Johns Hopkins Medicine Alumni Association who, after training at Johns Hopkins, returned to their home countries to make significant impact on the health and education of their fellow citizens. Past recipients have represented Panama, China, Mexico, Iran, Europe, as well as the United States. This year's recipient is Dr. Timothy R.B. Johnson, who unfortunately is no longer with us. Dr. Johnson's decades of pioneering work in maternal fetal medicine and his unwavering commitment to women's health earned him this award. His groundbreaking research in preterm birth prevention and high-risk pregnancies has significantly improved outcome for countless numbers of people. Dr. Johnson's leadership in establishing innovative clinical programs and his dedication to training the next generation of specialists have had a profound and lasting impact on the field. Beyond his clinical and research achievements, Dr. Johnson has been a tireless advocate for equitable access to quality health care for all women. His compassionate approach to patient care and his dedication to addressing health disparities have earned him the respect and admiration of colleagues and patients alike. His remarkable contributions to maternal fetal medicine and his enduring contributions to advancing women's health on a global scale are unparalleled. Unfortunately, as previously mentioned, he recently passed away. His son, Dr. Clark Johnson, is with us to accept the award on his behalf. Would you please come to accept the award? It's now my pleasure to invite Dr. Carol Zeminski to the podium to present the Johns Hopkins Women's Medical Alumni Association Hall of Fame inductees.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm actually delighted to be here this afternoon. I'm going to prop this up here so some of you can see it. This is, thank you. These come in very handy for a variety of reasons.
It's the only thing I
Thank-
can do.
I'm not sure what's going on. I'm gonna just, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So the Johns Hopkins Women's Medical Alumni Association Hall of Fame was established in 1993 to honor women who have made significant contributions to our community here at Johns Hopkins and to the larger world of medicine. The Hall of Fame recognizes women who have preceded us and women who have worked with us. It endeavors to bring to life the energy, enthusiasm, and passion of those individuals so that generations to come will have insight into the wide variety of accomplishments achieved by women in medicine at Johns Hopkins. I should mention that Katrina Armstrong, about whom you've heard a couple times today, was in fact one of our Hall of Fame honorees a few years ago. Also very well deserved. We are delighted that this year's honoree is Dr. Diane E. Griffin. In the interest of time, I can only share with you highlights of the full citation, which Dr. Deweese is holding here in front of you. And this citation will join those of earlier honorees, which are on display in the Mary Elizabeth Garrett Room, Halsted 106, for those of you who managed to get over there. Dr. Griffin's groundbreaking contributions to virology and her exceptional leadership within the scientific community make her a worthy inductee into our Hall of Fame. Her pioneering research on viral pathogenesis, particularly her seminal work on measles encephalitis, has significantly advanced our understanding of viral diseases and their impact on the nervous system. Her impact at Hopkins was meaningful across a broad spectrum: leadership and creativity in science and in the programs she created, her gifts as a teacher and mentor, her wisdom as a counselor to so many, and certainly the example she set as a kind, enthusiastic, and energetic woman of our community. I invite Diane's son, Todd Griffin, who is here with us this afternoon, to come up and accept a copy that we have of this award. And I think that's the end of our presentations. Thank you so much, Dave.
Oh, you're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get one more round of applause for all our award winners and honorees? The portrait collection of the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, as well as the Johns Hopkins Hospital, was put into place many decades ago to honor those faculty members, students in some cases, administrators, philanthropists, and other notable individuals who contributed to the life and well-being of the School of Medicine as well as the hospital. The institution's collection is now over 300 such portraits, honoring the individuals I've designated for the life and real deep contributions they've given to the institution. Before we proceed with today, I would like to, and I'm not sure where they are, but I wanted to note two of the most important artists that have managed to portray most of us in better lights than we deserve, and two outstanding friends of Johns Hopkins, Peter and, oh, they're there, Peter and Lisa Eley. Peter, Lisa. Thanks for all you, both of you have done in helping our collection be a truly world-class collection. Thank you all very much. Okay, so I am delighted to ask Dr. Chethan Betty Gowda back to the podium for the presentation of our first portrait. Dr. Betty Gowda.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a tremendous honor to be here celebrating such excellence, and in that light, my distinct privilege to be able to recognize Dr. Henry Bram, who epitomizes the very best of neurosurgery. Before I speak to Dr. Bram's tremendous contributions, we'll take a moment to welcome his wife, Dr. Rachel Bram, Sarah Sunshine, Joel Sunshine, who are graduates of the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. So welcome and thank you. Dr. Bram began his illustrious career as an undergraduate student at NYU, went on to complete his medical school at Harvard University. While just being a medical student, he worked with Judah Folkman, one of the greatest surgeon scientists of our time. In his work with Dr. Folkman, Dr. Bram identified one of the first contributors to angiogenesis while studying rabbit corneas. Those scientific contributions continued, and we were fortunate to recruit Dr. Bram after he completed his residency at the Columbia University Neurological Surgical Department. In 1984, Dr. Bram began his tenure here at Johns Hopkins as an assistant professor and quickly rose through the ranks. One of his first and most deeply meaningful contributions was to reestablish the Hunterian Laboratory, a laboratory that epitomizes the idea of a surgeon investigator that was started initially by Dean Welch, William Halstead, and continued by Harvey Cushing, but reestablished in 1984 by Dr. Bram. His career as a surgeon investigator is unparalleled. He created the first framework for using intraoperative neuronavigation, a tool we still use today in the operating room. The first approved therapy for glioblastoma, a lethal form of brain cancer that the FDA approved in 23 years at that time, still a part of standard of care. In addition to his tremendous acumen and clinical contributions coming from the laboratory, Dr. Bram has been a dedicated mentor, having guided over 105 neurosurgical residents, over 500 research trainees, in addition to enabling 22 chair of the department to come from his lineage. Dr. Bram's research has been prolific, 400 research papers, over 100 on his H-index, 47,000 citations. He's received numerous teaching and other awards, both locally and nationally, but really the contributions of excellence, establishing that for the field of neurosurgery, both at Johns Hopkins and large, remain unparalleled. Dr. Bram has been director of the neurosurgery department for the last 25 years, only recently stepping down 2 weeks ago. It's a tremendous honor to welcome Dr. Bram to receive this tremendous recognition.
Thank you, Chethan. Congratulations again, Henry. Next, I'd like to call Dr. Hal Dietz to the podium for our next portrait unveiling. Hal.
Master surgeon, generous mentor, brilliant scholar, compassionate clinician, humble, kind, elegant, erudite, pleasantly eccentric. While many of us strive to achieve a few of these qualities, Duke Cameron quite remarkably embodies all of them. It has been my privilege to have Duke as a colleague and friend for over 30 years, and it is a true honor to introduce him today. Duke graduated from Harvard and completed medical school at Yale, where he remained for general surgical training. In 1983, he was awarded the coveted position of thoracic surgery resident at Johns Hopkins, notably the first to be recruited to this position from an outside institution. Duke rapidly rose through the ranks, serving as director of pediatric cardiothoracic surgery and subsequently the James T. Drescher Professor of Surgery, chief of the Division of Cardiothoracic Surgery, cardiac surgeon in charge, and director of the Brockley Center for Aortic Disease at the Johns Hopkins Hospital. Duke's surgical skills are legendary, one of a handful of cardiothoracic surgeons that is equally comfortable and proficient at performing a complex Norwood procedure for a 2-kilogram infant in the morning and a third revision of an aortic arch repair in a fragile 80-year-old in the afternoon. While his contributions to the field are too numerous to recount, his significance to the discipline of aortic reconstruction is impossible to overstate. Building on the work of his mentor, Vincent Gott, Duke refined, simplified, and ultimately perfected valve-sparing aortic replacement procedures for patients with a variety of presentations of aortic root aneurysm. In 2009, Duke and his team reported outcomes for 372 root surgeries, the largest series of patients worldwide by far, with a remarkable hospital mortality of 0. What makes this even more astounding is that the population was restricted to individuals with syndromic vascular connective tissue disorders such as Marfan syndrome or Loeys-Dietz syndrome, with both complex anatomy and fragile tissue. The extraordinary success established at Hopkins as this extraordinary success established Hopkins as the destination of choice for these desperate patients, a status that continues to this day. Duke has shared his knowledge and skill worldwide through publications, teaching, and international clinics to directly serve the neediest patients. His trainees are both numerous and accomplished, among them his disciple Luca Vicella, who has, in my opinion, emerged as the preeminent pediatric aortopathy surgeon. Duke's accomplishments were recognized by election as president of the American Association for Thoracic Surgery, the highest honor in his field. Despite all of these accomplishments, Duke has maintained his kind, modest, and congenial demeanor. In a field where a sense of bravado and omnipotence is both common and confers risk, modesty is restricted to true giants. Please join me in welcoming one of them to the stage for presentation of his portrait, Dr. Duke Edward Cameron.
Congratulations, Duke, very much. Next, I'd like to call Dr. Alexander Hillel to the podium to present our next portrait. Alex.
Good afternoon. It is a privilege to honor Dr. David Isley. Dr. Isley is here with his wife, Janice, and his children, Lauren and Marielle. Dave graduated from Dartmouth College, followed by Cornell University Medical College, and then went out west to the University of Washington for residency training. Dr. Mike Johns recruited Dave here to the faculty in 1988, where he rose to become a professor and division director of head and neck surgical oncology. As faculty here, Dave stood out as a surgical educator whose high standards of clinical excellence and team building really raised the level of care for otolaryngology patients and head and neck cancer patients, especially. Further, Dave's innovative research with tongue stimulation during sleep and separately with intraoperative nerve monitoring directly led to commercially available devices that are transforming the lives of patients with sleep apnea and the tens of thousands who have thyroid and parathyroid surgery every year. Dave's collaboration with Flip Smith and Alan Schwartz in sleep medicine demonstrated you could alternate airflow dynamics by placing an electrode into the tongue without arousal from sleep. Their work in the Hopkins Sleep Lab over 30 years ago directly led to the hypoglossal nerve stimulator that we see advertised everywhere today. Dave was also instrumental in demonstrating the recurrent laryngeal nerve could be monitored intraoperatively with a specialized endotracheal tube during thyroid surgery. Laryngeal nerve monitoring has become the norm, which has greatly reduced nerve injury and voice loss. Within the clinical realm, Dave brought together a multidisciplinary comprehensive care team for patients with head and neck cancer. That included medical and radiation oncologists, head and neck surgical oncologists, pathologists, radiologists, and speech language pathologists into a cohesive group that raised care delivery through a multidisciplinary head and neck cancer clinic, which led to multiple clinical trials, and also a model weekly tumor board that our trainees and students rate as one of their most valuable learning experiences. In 2001, Dr. Isley joined the faculty at the University of California, San Francisco to become their chairman of the Department of Otolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery. And 13 years later, Dave was given the opportunity to come back and lead our department, where he began his faculty career and was thrilled to return to Baltimore. Dr. Isley's distinguished career includes service as a past president of the American Board of Otolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery, and president of the American Head and Neck Society. Before inviting Dave up for the unveiling of his portrait by Lisa Eley, I want to share a few words from my perspective as a faculty member joining our department 13 years ago. I had the usual pressures and stumbles of a young surgeon starting out, building a practice and figuring out my way here at Hopkins. Dave promoted an environment of clinical excellence, and as importantly, encouraged us each to deeply explore and develop an academic niche. That space, that safe space that Dave created allowed us each to reach our promise. And it was so critical to our faculty making a difference for our patients, impacting the field of otolaryngology more broadly, and developing so many leaders here at Johns Hopkins Medicine. Dave?
Dave, congratulations to you. Our final portrait will be unveiled after a few words from Dr. Sarah Ammann. Sarah, please. Thank you.
Good evening. I am deeply honored and deeply humbled to introduce my mentor, my colleague, and a dear friend, Ken Pienta. Ken is a visionary scientist, a compassionate physician, and a dedicated mentor, and I can think of no one more deserving of this honor. He graduated from Johns Hopkins with his bachelor's degree in 1983 and a medical degree in 1986 and returned for his fellowship in 1988. He shared that his life changed in med school after meeting the chief, Don Coffey, who was to become his lifelong mentor, when he learned that he could contribute to the fundamental discoveries that could transform patient care. Ken has made this his life's work. After 20 years at the University of Michigan, where he held numerous leadership positions and led an active research program, he returned here to his scientific home in 2013 to serve as Director of Research at the Brady Urological Institute. He now holds the Donald S. Coffey Professorship in Urology and is also Professor of Oncology, Pharmacology and Molecular Sciences, and Chemical and Biomedical Engineering. He's an American Cancer Society Research Professor and was an inaugural recipient of the American Association for Cancer Research's Team Science Award, among many other awards, far too numerous to mention, for excellence in research and in mentoring. As a medical oncologist, he cares for men with metastatic prostate cancer with deep compassion, commitment, and humility. As a clinical colleague, he maintains our true north, the holder of why we do what we do for the humans on the other side of the bench. A visionary leader in the field of prostate cancer research, Ken has had and continues to have a highly productive and truly impactful research career, focused on understanding the mechanisms of prostate cancer metastasis and lethality, and to improve the diagnosis and treatment of prostate cancer. As evidence of this, he's been continuously funded by the NIH for over 30 years, and he holds many grants from the Prostate Cancer Foundation, as well as other granting institutions. Ken is a champion for truly interdisciplinary science and counts among his colleagues not only those within the biomedical sciences, but also those from evolutionary ecology, from physics, from mathematical oncology, and from geochemistry. And through these collaborations, he has led and been a part of some of the most impactful projects that have shaped our field over the last 3 decades. These include initiating the first rapid autopsy program of its kind to enable the molecular study of widely disseminated metastatic prostate cancer, contributing to the development of PSMA imaging in prostate cancer patients, not only improving diagnostics, but challenging current paradigms for understanding metastatic spread, and applying ecologic theories to understand cancer progression, metastasis, and therapy resistance, thus establishing a new field in cancer biology, cancer ecology, that continues to drive research discovery. Look to his publication record, with more than 600 publications and nearly 100,000 citations, to see the depth and breadth of his research contributions, spanning from theoretical modeling to basic science to clinical trials. Ken, wouldn't the chief be proud? Finally, one of the roles Ken says is his most important is that of mentorship. And as evidence of this, his entire lab is here in the back. A team of graduate students and postdoctoral fellows and staff scientists who are learning from Ken every day to learn to push our scientific enterprise forward. He has mentored dozens of trainees, including me, to successful careers in science and medicine. And of course, in addition to teaching the craft of science, Ken does so much more for us and for the whole community. He inspires, he challenges. He shows that it's important to ask big questions and to approach science and medicine with creativity, with humility, and with a sense of humor. While Ken's tenure as Director of Research at the Brady has come to a close, he continues to serve the university as Special Advisor to the Provost and our Department of Urology as Director of Innovation and Strategy. And of course, he continues to drive forward innovative science with our lab, always mission-driven to find the cure for cancer. And so, Ken, charge.
Congratulations, Ken. As Dean of the School of Medicine and CEO of Johns Hopkins Medicine, it gives me great pleasure to accept these 4 portraits into the collection of the School of Medicine. The individuals that you've seen today have contributed greatly to the success we've had today and really have set us up for a very positive future here at Johns Hopkins. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for these 4 kings. I'd also like to thank all the friends and family and colleagues who've come today. I know it means a lot to our awardees and our portrait recipients. So that will bring us to the conclusion of this particular event. I want to thank you all for coming and wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you.